I'm really excited for you, especially if this has found you in your reality. Listen, your soul is standing at the edge of a new season. I see Venus entering into Aries as the moment that the tree grows a new ring. And let me explain that really quickly, right? So every ring on a tree tells a story. A ring could tell the story of a year of storms that the tree had gone through, also a year of drought that it had experienced. A ring could symbolize a year of stretching that had happened within a tree, or a year of awakening. And every ring shows and leaves a mark on the tree. I'm almost seeing it as like tiger stripes, right? Where the tiger has earned its stripes. It's like you've earned your stripes, you've earned yourself a new ring. This is so beautiful. And it shows its strength. It shows how it's widened and how it's expanded its capacity to hold more life. And I see that happening within your own heart space. You have reached a new capacity to be able to hold more love, more passion, more life. I'm just seeing more excitement being infused into your spirit. That's the way I'm seeing it. So Venus in Aries literally becomes that spark of creation that turns endurance into expansion and some type of year of survival into a profound rebirth. So I've been seeing junipers everywhere. Juniper on roads I'm cycling by, juniper in restaurants. Juniper has been showing up the last month, back, forth, everywhere, like everywhere in my reality. And I wasn't even sure what a juniper was until I looked into it. And I see this being a great analogy for you at this stage of your life. A juniper is a kind of tree. And what I find most fascinating about you being a juniper in this season is that a juniper doesn't blossom in very dramatic ways. Instead, it endures. It renews and it stays green through every winter and quietly adds a new layer when no one is watching. And that's exactly what you're doing, okay? This Venus transit in Aries is pretty much doing the same thing, because for months you've been this winter tree. For months you've been enduring. For months you have been on this journey to creating a new ring, and you're now seeing the culmination point of that ring. It does feel like you're at a full circle moment at the time that this reaches you. For months you've been the winter tree, surviving, shedding, conserving, and learning, and your roots dug deeper, your bark thickened, and your capacity stretched. And now the season shifts, but not with noise, but instead just this inevitability. Venus steps into Aries like warmth, returning to frozen soil, sparking desire, courage, direction, and life force. It holds this essence of youthfulness. And that's what the season is doing for you. It's the season where you're quietly forming a new ring. And a new ring has formed. I'm seeing you being here, and this entering into reality is the culmination point for you. You may only be recognizing this right now, but the juniper tree is the evergreen youth of the spirit or the soul. It's a part of you that has been untouched by time and unaffected by the events I'm hearing that have cascaded. So it felt like one was just coming after another, and it was just like collecting this momentum to bring you to this point. It was the momentum that was necessary to bring you back to this point. The juniper stays green year round. It doesn't wait for permission to revive. It doesn't collapse when the seasons change. Instead, it holds its color through everything. And the name juniper comes from juniperus, which is youth producing, forever growing, and evergreen. This is the essence of Venus in Aries. It has the youth of spirit, the rebirth of desire, the renewal of vitality, courage returning to the heart, and a new freshness entering into your life. This is the spark of a new chapter beginning inside of you, because you are evergreen and your spirit knows how to begin again. There's just that essence with you. It's like you're beginning again. You get to form a new ring, and that ring is about to tell a story. I feel like from this moment on, the steps that you're taking on your journey are forming a new kind of ring. And I don't feel like you've formed a kind of ring like this before, where the atmosphere was beautiful year round. It just feels like your ability to form new rings has allowed you to age really finely, I'm just seeing like aging like fine wine, where you're becoming more, what's the word? It's just your ability to stay conducive, and I'm hearing productive with the soul's journey and aligning your actions congruently despite external circumstances is so refreshing to even be around. I'm just seeing that in the youth of your spirit. It's like we only age in the system when we stop playing. Okay. It's like humans suffer when they take too seriously what the gods made for fun. And it just feels like you're stepping into a season where no matter what is happening in the world around you, liberated is the soul that can see everything as an act of love or a call for love. And there's this essence of actions of love that you're taking, the way that you're showing up for yourself, the way that you're showing up for those around you. Whew. It's getting like emotional for some reason. It just feels like a brand new beginning and a slate that's really being wiped clean. It's like you get to begin again and you get to write a new story. And it feels like, it's never too late to rewrite your story. And I have a feeling you're going to like this one better. You're going to really like where this chapter leads you. It's really, really beautiful. So the merge and what this means for you when it comes to the juniper tree is, I want you to just imagine this. So imagine that you're a juniper and every challenge of the past season became this ring. Every lesson became wood and every heartbreak ultimately became your source of strength. And now as Venus enters Aries, the sap rises. You feel warmth moving through your branches and you feel color returning to your spirit. You feel the urge to grow, create, love, move, and just begin again. You're becoming young again, and not in age, but in soul. Your vitality returns, your courage returns, your desire returns, and your future returns. This transit is the moment inside of you where the soul says, I'm ready to form a new ring. And this is a new ring of self-love. It's a new ring of abundance, of beauty, a season where the soul says, this is what the older rings prepared you for. That's what it is. Yeah, that's what it is. It's a huge release. Yeah, it's a huge release. Let's go ahead and do a reading on this real quick and we'll overlay the message and see what's going on. Let's get a Cosmos Oracle message. I definitely want to take a look at what's happening in the quantum field. I feel like saying shout out to all my Venus in Aries natives because this is it. Stratus Pause talks about being at a transit point. Okay, so you have felt like you've been in this waiting period, maybe terminal stage where you were not fully out of an old reality, but also not fully immersed in the new one. And Stratus Pause with Big Bang at the base is saying the boss is coming in and it's coming in fast. Okay. Big Bang talks about, the birth of a new universe, essentially. And Stratus Pause talks about being in a transit point, but it was always designed to be temporary. Okay, so this place of limbo, this place of feeling like you're not here and you're not there, it reminds me of the straddling between worlds cards in my Shaman's Dream Oracle message, which was actually the reason I got the deck. So I'm hearing there's a reason. You're going to come back to your reason why. Okay, it's like you're coming back to your why. Let me find the card for you because it's such a beautiful message. You had strength in my energy oracle deck hiding in this deck as well. So you've cultivated a profound level of strength. Okay, let me go and find the card real quick, guys. Here it is, straddling between worlds, and it talks about wandering between realms. So you've been here, right? This is what it is that you've been experiencing. I'm going to go ahead and read the message for you because these energies are the exact same. Let me see. Let me read it for you. Where is the book? Here we go. 52. 52. Being comfortable in two states, wandering between realms and reinvention. When the Straddling Worlds card shows up, it's an invitation to get used to living with one foot in your old world and one foot in the new. There's no going back to the way that things once were. And what will be is not fully here yet. So this is what you've been experiencing, right? What will be here has not been fully here. But now you're being immersed into this new experience. So this is a stage that you're coming out of. Do not wait for applause. Move on quietly, humbly, and invisible to others. So you have been quietly forming this ring, okay? It's not even something that you're announcing because, you know, silence is its own transmission. Nature does not announce its growth, right? You don't see trees announcing their growth. Nature does not rush, yet everything is still accomplished. So it just feels like this beautiful, fluid, and silent evolution that you've been moving through. All right. Yeah, this card brings an invitation to begin not only a new chapter but a new book in your life. Do not break the news to anyone. Let people be as surprised as you are as you reinvent yourself. So this is a full-blown reinvention that's taking place. Again, it's like writing a new story for yourself. It's never too late. So make sure that you're not just a slightly improved and more polished version of a dated and obsolete you. Birth yourself into someone original. Do not feel like you have to explain yourself or be understood by anyone. Become a mystery even to yourself. So that's what I see happening for you, where you are a mystery even to yourself at this point. The version of self that you're growing into, and what this ring on the tree will look like at this stage of your journey is a mystery. Like all the beautiful things that await you on your journey are also a mystery, and that's where the fun is. That's where the excitement is. That's what allows I'm hearing spirit to feel like itself again, its youthful essence. I'm hearing ancient, but also youthful, like a child again. It's like you're becoming childlike. Gaze into the mirror one morning and be pleasantly surprised. Straddling worlds invites you to become a wizard, but not one who performs magic tricks, but one who has mastered the dance between the visible and invisible worlds, between the realms of the form and formlessness. You are a birther of new ideas, of original and sustainable ways of being in the world. Yeah, and then let me read the Stratus Pause energy for you, right? Just so that you can see what it says. It literally says about this bus stop point that you've been at, a transition stage. So this is what you've been moving through. So the transition, it's closing out really quickly. As Venus enters into Aries, I'm seeing this day, it's like boom, suddenly the ring completes and it simultaneously brings in a new beginning. That's what this is. I'm seeing like overnight, boom, and suddenly you have an ace. It's like you're moving from the 10 to the ace. There's some type of reset that's happening in your life for sure. Transformation led by personal choice. The Stratus Pause is the level of the atmosphere which is the boundary between two layers, the metasphere and the stratosphere. Its upper limit, turning point, is the stratosphere, which gives way to dynamic balance and complete balance and descends to the coldest parts of the atmosphere, which is the metasphere. Okay, sorry, I had to plug in my iPad. So it says this is a place of transit, just like a bus stop. Nothing nor no one stays here for long. So yeah, the decision about where to go comes from us. We have two polar opposites to choose from, black or white, left or right, yes or no. The important thing to know is that nothing pulls us to any of them more than our final determination. The result of this determination will be affected by the brief period we spend there. This decision can result in falling into the coldest part of the atmosphere or flowing in the river of endless balance and protection provided by the stratosphere. So what is the key to not descending into the area filled with turbulence and bone-chilling cold? How can we escape such a hostile environment? By making the decision from our inner warmth. Again, that is like the childlike. It's like it's a decision that you're making. I'm hearing for the purpose of soul liberation. That's really what this is. I'm hearing just being devoted to the way that the soul chooses to express itself through form. If the decision comes from a cold and distant place or is divisive, rigid or based on fear, then it will only bring repercussions in kind or will result in falling into an area hostile enough to survive. Behold the mesosphere. Always choose through the being. Okay, so there's a difference when it comes to doing and being. But this is really about coming out of survival and again choosing a way of navigating the system that allows the soul to really thrive and its full expression. So the Stratus Pause is a layer of transition, a place that we move through decision. It shows us roads with different destinations. We choose them from inside without much hesitation. So it's a path of least resistance, especially with Big Bang, right? This is a decision that you're making that has a ripple effect in all areas of your life. It's literally the birthing of a new universe. And the thing is, with Big Bang, that is a 999 card, which is an expansion portal, okay? So it feels like this is a ring of expansion. This is a year of great growth for you too, okay? A year of great growth. Right, let's go ahead and get a follow-up card from Stratus Pause. Where does the transit point take you? Being at the transit point, the thing is, it's made you more determined than ever before. Black hole. Okay, parallel universes at the base. Okay. You are really determined when it comes to some kind of project. It could be you or it could be something that you're creating, because black hole is an immense amount of energy that's being released. But it also talks about healthy limits so that you're not reaching burnout. So it's understanding when you're doing things from survival and also when you're doing things based off of it truly feeling aligned. I'm hearing with your magic. Let me read this for you. Black hole. It's an immense amount of energy that's basically channeled into a very specific trajectory. So work within healthy limits. If it refers to a project or concrete process, then an immense amount of energy is being absorbed. This is highly positive and everything will be channeled into the project. At this point, the black hole attracts so much energy that it's positive. Even so, it's important in whichever case to work within healthy limits so that the project itself does not exhaust you too. It's so powerful that we should always remember to treat it with the respect that it deserves. So there is this essence of there's so much motivation that you're going to have. There's so much determination that you're going to have in a very specific area or trajectory of your life. But it's about you kind of flowing there with this sense of being. Don't feel like you have to do so much doing for things for you to flow there, like so much swimming against the current. And this is about kind of surrendering into the current and knowing that all rivers lead to source. As you surrender into the current, I see things flowing to you. It's like you're being taken somewhere that it already exists. Like if it all worked out and you knew that it all worked out, how would you experience the journey there? It's almost like you're bringing gratitude into the present moment for everything that has already worked out for you. And then you get to watch it unfold in real time. So then every action you take is with that sense of being. Every action that you take is with that sense of coherence. It's that sense of, oh, the nervous system is completely regulated. The nervous system is capable of holding more. I'm capable of receiving more. I'm ready to receive more. That's what it is. Ooh, okay, let's also get another message. This is quite interesting. This is quite interesting indeed. Let's get another Shaman's Dream Oracle message and see what comes after the straddling worlds wandering between realms. So, confidence in your magic and first breath, beginner's mind. Yeah, first breath is an Aries energy, right? Because this is like the Fool on his journey, and that is a reset in your life. The Fool literally enters the world card, which is the Ouroboros, right? It's the snake or dragon eating its own tail, and it leads to a moment of rebirth. It's a full circle moment. So it's almost like karmic completions as well, where there's so much in which you're completing, there's so much in which you're closing out. And in that moment, every old paradigm dissolves. This is really fascinating. Okay. So first breath also talks about not giving the old narratives mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. It feels like you are under a DNR where it's like, do not resuscitate old ways of being. Because Magician's Sword talks about cutting yourself free from any binding thought forms. any thoughts that are not really conducive to your soul's highest expansion. And it reminds me of this quote that Stephanie said on the live the other day, and I wrote it down. Let me see if I can find it for you real quick, because I feel like this is exactly what it is. It's like really spot on. The mind can't interfere with the purity of consciousness. Okay, that's what this is. The mind cannot interfere with the purity of consciousness. And the mind may have a desire to go back to things that are familiar because there's a false sense of security or safety there. Because it's the same, but there's no more room to grow doing things that way or being in your comfort zone. And now that the mind has expanded into new dimensions, it can no longer return back to its old form. For if it were to try, the discomfort would now surpass the comfort that you once had there, because you've seen something that you can't unsee. You've felt something that you can't shake. Okay, it feels like a feeling, it's a knowing. It's a gut feeling that is a memory of your future self. Phew. Let me go and read this. Where is the book? 2-1. Feels like a countdown. First breath is renewed curiosity, a fresh start, and natural trust, beginning with the beginner's mind. Okay, so this even could be allowing yourself to, like, you know, the position of a conduit is a humble one. And if we are humble enough to begin again and learn again and willing to make mistakes, that's how we become a master at something. A master is somebody who has moved through enough seasons of what was a perceived failure that actually contributed towards its very success. It's like a master is someone that was willing to fail enough times and then still not see it as the finish line, but as part of the journey towards success. When the first breath card shows up, it's time for you to leave the old stories and tales behind. You have arrived. Yeah, it's like you have arrived. Take a deep breath and another. There is nothing else that you need to do but take in the new world that's revealing itself around you. Trust your natural curiosity. There's no need to dwell on how difficult the journey has been or how tight the passage was to get to where it is that you are now, okay? Just take it all in and experience the art and wonder of the arrival at this destination. Even if it's a familiar place that you've come to many times before, try to experience it as if for the first time, for you are renewed and the old you is no longer your concern. Practice the beginner's mind, not labeling or naming what you see and experience. That situation that was difficult only a few days ago, just be with it and breathe. I feel like that was the final push to be able to close the ring on the tree, because when you experience the most level of resistance, especially internally or even in the external realm, that will then be reflected and projected in this external holographic projection, that's when you're right on the verge of a breakthrough and you've just broken through into a new layer of the tree, like a layer of your heart, a layer and realm within this existence. That's what this is. You have already gone beyond it, have overcome it and resolved it, even if no one else realizes this yet. Soon enough they will. As you move on, do not squander the power of the first breath, giving the old narrative mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. Use it for new beginnings to animate a world that you can play and create in. Do not underestimate the power of your breath and the magic of the word. And then you have Magician's Sword, which is confidence in your magic. So there could be about something around confidence in your words right now, confidence in the way that you're speaking to yourself and your own potential. I'm seeing a really interesting image of somebody creating and animating this avatar, but the design in which the avatar will take on is completely subject to the words that are spoken. It's the words that infuse it with life, or the words that infuse it with destruction, that will dictate how conducive the environment is for the avatar, and how obstructed or clear and crystalline it sees itself. as a creator. Okay. Confidence in your magic, nothing can stop you the beauty that you seek. The magician's sword appears as your call to cut the cords that bind you to old thought forms and belief, all friends who are not true. With the power of the magician's sword, nothing can stop you, hurt you, or turn you away from the beauty that you seek or the goal that you desire with all of your heart. The sword is a tool, not a weapon, so make sure that you wield it wisely for the greater good. Find the stuck places where you kept tethered to a toxic person, a particular location, or a faulty belief, and let the blade do its magic. You have a large endowment of magic available to you when you believe in miracles, but do not look for the heavens to grant you a wish. Look within. Use the magician's sword to cut through limiting beliefs, and remember that all beliefs are limiting. Focus on your intention and what it is that you choose to create, and you know that you have all the tools you need for the task at hand. You only need to muster the wherewithal to deploy the resources that you already have. When the magician's sword appears, it's time to get moving. This is not a tool for contemplation, for gazing at the finely polished edge. It's an instrument calling for decisive action. And I'm saying your discernment is a finely tuned instrument. Like your ability to discern, okay, what is conducive for you, what is supportive for you in your soul's journey, and also what is not, right? What thoughts are supporting, what thoughts I'm hearing end up becoming a liability if you allow them to. And remember, and again, the message is that your thoughts cannot interfere with the purity of consciousness. And remember, the sword is alive with a wisdom that you can summon to help you find the best course of action. Do not hesitate. Act. So there could be something they wanted to take action towards. There's something that maybe there's like clarification there for, but it's some type of desire. Okay, it's some type of really strong desire that you have, that this soul has, and your desire ends up becoming your compass. Be true to yourself, the returned. So this card is all about authenticity. Like you've returned to yourself. And I'm hearing this is a stroke of rebellion. I'm hearing it's like a streak of rebellion. And you know when you streak something, it's like you create a streak, right? So there's like this boom, boom, boom. It's a sequence that unlocks. That's what I'm seeing. And Aries is one of the most rebellion signs, more rebellious than Aquarius in a lot of ways, just because they are usually the first to do something. They are not afraid to step on some eggshells. They are not afraid to forge that new path. This is the trailblazer energy. How can we be authentic to ourselves? Every day there are many opportunities to show up as our true self and speak from our heart without any pretense. It takes courage not to parrot what the heart is bleating, so be a light to yourself. Wearing a mask can be a way that we get things, but it can also be a way that we avoid things. While wearing a mask can grant us short-term gains that are immediately satisfying, in the long term, we run the risk of building up a false persona or losing ourselves entirely. See, the interesting thing about wearing a mask or being inauthentic to the self is that if you're doing things because of how you'll be perceived and you're creating your life because of how you're going to be perceived, or if you'll be received, you'll end up becoming a version of self that is unrecognizable. And people won't even like the true, authentic you. They'll like the shell of who you created yourself to be, because you thought that that's what they wanted or that's what they'd like. Like authenticity is truly its own currency. Currency is energy. It's a frequency. It's a signal that you emit that allows you to call in resonant souls, experiences, and opportunities that are going to support your full expansion and liberation in the soul's experience, playing through form. So, I hope that you enjoyed this message. I trust that it was exactly what it is that you needed to hear at this stage of your journey. Congratulations on completing this ring. And yeah, welcome into the new cycle as there's a new ring that's emerging. I'm definitely seeing a wild card and a full card energy. So a huge reset that's happening in your life for sure. It's an ending with a simultaneous new beginning. You just entered into a new dimension, which is just a new frequency where new resonant stories get to play out. So, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, do consider subscribing. We'd love to have you around. Past reading details are also down below. Also, check out Otter Spirit if you're looking for some high quality AAA grade jewelry. One of the proceeds are donated towards Otter sanctuaries, as you can see there. And yes, until next time, bye. Oh, let me know in the comment section, what was the ring that just completed for you? Let me know. And what ring can you feel forming right now? Bye.
Clouds in the sky.